Welcome back to the Yes to Life show, where my brother and I share amazing high-protein vegan fitness recipes and fitness tips. And today we're making a super creamy and delicious coffee-flavored high-protein pudding. And the process is super easy. First, we're going to bring all these ingredients to a boil. And because we're using agar-agar and natural vegan gelatin alternative to thicken up the pudding, we have to boil it for 3 to 5 minutes in order to activate the agar-agar. Then we add something crunchy like cacao nibs, or I'm using puffed soy. And then we just let it cool down in the fridge for 4 to 6 hours. And then the agar-agar really thickens up and you have a nice creamy pudding. So let's start with the first process. I have 300 milliliters of soy milk. You can use any type of vegan milk. I like to use soy milk just because it has so much protein. And I add it to the bowl. And then I think vanilla flavored protein pairs the best with coffee. And I'm using NutriPlus, my favorite vegan protein. I've been using it since 2.5 years, since I became vegan. And they've been so kind to sponsor us for these videos. So I'm adding 2.5 tablespoons of vanilla flavored protein. Next up, a big pinch of salt. This is really going to bring out the flavor and going to make a little bit caramel-like flavor. Next up, we have a shot of espresso. You can also use instant coffee powder if you want, but then you have to add a little bit more liquid from the soy milk. And then 1 teaspoon of agar-agar. And now all we do is we whisk it, bring it to a boil, and then keep whisking so it doesn't burn on the bottom. And you boil it for 3 to 5 minutes. So now that it has boiled for 5 minutes, I'm going to pour it into a big mixing bowl. And now is also a good time to add the puffed soy. Like I said, you can also use granola, you can also use cacao nibs, something that adds a little bit of crunch. But I like the puffed soy because it has a ton of protein. I think 100 grams has 60 grams of protein. So just stir it a little bit and now we set it aside. So I'm going to pour it into this tiny little bowl just because it looks nice in the end. And then this also gives me 2 small portions. Now all I'm going to do is we're going to let it cool down outside of the fridge first for 10 to 15 minutes. And then we add it into the fridge for about 4 to 6 hours. And then it's really firmed up and you have a nice little crust on top. And it's super delicious. You can add strawberries on top, you can add some coconut flakes. And then you have a really nice creamy fluffy pudding like this. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, and if you want to see more high protein vegan recipes, then please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like and a comment below, and see you in the next video.